Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here. Early Saturday morning, like 12:20, 12:30 a.m. Look, I have some thoughts in my mind that kind of need addressing. You know, with the crisis that not just America is going through at the present, but really the world. And many people think that this whole thing is started or really brought to fruition with Donald Trump and his thing with his tariffs. And it's just apparently just messing things up according to the way the powers that be are responding. And what they are saying is based upon the way the thing is going, it's so messed up that very, very soon, just because of this fluctuation with money, cost, and stuff like this, people are going to be losing their jobs. They're already losing their jobs. But thousands of people will be unemployed. This usually is the time that crime and violence uh, it spreads like wildfire. Why? For the very obvious reasons. That's all the, well, you fill in the blank. And they say the shelves are going to be empty when you go to the stores. And you know what that's like. People still got to eat. You go in the store, people panicking, don't see a thing, they think, no people jumping, folks trying to take what people got, sneaking in people's house, trying to see if they can steal. All that kind of crazy stuff that happens because you're doing crazy stuff and you're and it leading to crazy outcomes. And America and the world has been obviously leading some crazy stuff and this brought them to this point. But what I want to say to the people of the world, I'm not speaking to the governments now because the governments know exactly what they're doing. They design their systems like this. They advocated and going along with the systems as they are, knowing what the challenges are and what the threats are. And now some of them just coming in, and the results based upon these systems and how they actually do respond when they come in these type of situations, it will cause that depression. It will take us back to those times when the pain and suffering is being spread seemingly everywhere. But it's really there because of money. It's really there because of rich people who can't get it together, who are not satisfied, who want more, and who don't mind going through whatever they have to go through at the expense of the people who suffer the most. And that would be the little people, the small people they call us, the ones who get kicked off the job, the ones who've been working trying to make a living all the time, but now just because somebody else has a complaint about trying to make more money than this, these guys get cut down and don't have anything. You get cut down, you lose your job, don't have anything. And that's some sad stuff, isn't it? But one great thing about this situation is this: when it brings it down to the raw nitty gritty, where things are that bad, where the trucks aren't moving, the boats aren't going anywhere, the planes are not going anywhere, people are just stagnant, can't get anywhere, wondering where and what they're going to do when checks stop coming and pain and suffering spreading all about. This is not the time to panic, but it is the time to let you know that the system that you put your whole life on and trusted in your whole life is like a social security check, a social security check that you paid up for, and somebody could come up and cut it from under you, and you got nothing. Well, see, just like that, social security check. When we living in a systems that are controlled and set up and devised by people who always got those prejudices, those biases, it's always going to end up like that. If not today, tomorrow. So this is the opportunity that I was about to say that it gives for everybody to know where we're at, to know that these systems are failable, failurable, which means that you can fix it right now. It is almost at the same position that it was designed to be in the beginning. That's when nothing else was working, and you, the people, wanted peace and prosperity, freedom, joy, and happiness, and you wanted to live your dreams. Wasn't nothing else working, but this is what you wanted. You wanted your needs, your wants, and your desires met. And to do that meant including your food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, transportation, infrastructure, and really basically anything that's made by the hands of man. Now that's basically what your whole desire structure wants stuff there. And the master who is invisible but is responsible for the earth being here, responsible for you being here, who at a time like this, when everybody talking about the shelves empty, if people are hungry, people that start fighting, the resources that have been used for all of the time are still here. The resources, they haven't gone anywhere. These are people dealing with stuff in their systems, and the people that's really suffering are you, the masses, because they did not include you when they were thinking about making money. At least include you beyond what you were required to do for them to make money. So now they got you on hold while they work it out, and you that suffer. But the original plan was at a time like this for you to have all these stuff met. They were set up to make sure that you could have all these things met. The only thing that is required on top of this, what we just mentioned, is that these resources are going to be utilized to make sure that enough of these resources that have always been coming in, that have always been in the reservoir of goods and services, will not deplete it at all. Because now we're going to open it up so you get full employment. Full employment. Now you can change the thing from the way it was, because then you had the employees trying to say, well, I want these men or this and that, based upon how they were trying to make the money. Now it's not about trying to make money. Now it's about one thing and two things. The one thing is that what you don't know right now, but you'll have to get a little bit more information so you can understand it, is the joy that's going to come from the opportunity that you're going to have in engaging yourself in the process that you haven't had that opportunity before. And what it means to you, it means that now that you have utilized everything is still here. Now you're just going to utilize it. The people are going to do what they got to do to claim the resources that they must. They're going to do what they have to resource. They're going to do what they have to do to get the trucks moving, to get the boats moving, to get the plane moving, to make sure all that, just like it has always been doing. But this time we will be doing it for the joy of it, and knowing that it's going to make sure that we will have everything we want, need, and desire. You don't have to worry about anything. Why? Because the people decided that they were going to take control and look after themselves. Let me say it one more time. The people decided that they were going to take control and look after themselves. They weren't going to look for somebody else to say, well, I'll look after you. Give me some positions above. I'll look at. No, we don't want you to look after us. We're going to look after ourselves. We're going to engage ourselves, we get involved in the process, we're going to look after what's being done, and we're going to be the ones that's doing it, and we're going to be doing it because we love doing it. And what we're doing is going to be able to replenish these reservoirs, make sure that they are always abundantly filled, and make sure that our heaven is realized. Because we the people woke up. You know what I said? We the people woke up. I just thought I would come home, get up and share this information with you, ladies and gentlemen, because surely it's coming. They keep talking about it. When you watch the soapbox, they tell you, look at this shelf. They got 2 items here and 2 items over here, and over here they shut down, and people on the corner trying to get some beer, hanging out, wondering when things gonna change, starting some stuff. That's what we're not gonna have happen. We're not gonna have happen because that's the trick. That's the crook. But as we are saying, ladies and gentlemen, this is not about black and white. This is not about Republican and Democrat. This is not about conservative and liberal. This is about what is right and what is wrong. This earth and all of the resources have been given to us by God. For who? Us. Who will do what? We will work it. That's what we do already. We will work it. We will build. We will make sure that there's abundance. For whom? For us. And then we'll do what we have to do to make sure it's distributed and made available to everyone. We will do that. No more private enterprise trying to rip us off. They're trying to be the richest people on earth, cutting out, killing, starving babies while they're trying to get more money in their pocket. What's wrong with them? It's because we definitely need to stop it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just thought I'd share that with you. It might have some value. I hope it does. Until next time, Eddie Marcus saying, goodbye for now. Oh.